Whew. At what point do we just stop saying, oh my gosh, it's so cold outside? It's just really cold. Like, again, the water is turned to ice if you leave it in your car. I mean, it's chilly for sure. As much as I want to continue working on my No Small November project, I have to get some work stuff done. So I'm gonna run to a coffee shop, focus in, knock out a bunch of work, and then I have to pick up something at the store, and I can continue on just picking away at my No Small November project. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is having your thing outside of the thing. Now, the thing under the thing, I love that concept, and I really, really believe in that concept. But this is more the concept of having something outside of what you do on a daily basis. Let's get to it. Wrapped up at the coffee shop. I got a ton of work done, but I could have probably stayed there longer, but sometimes you need to just change your environment. I have to go to Costco really quick. There's these awesome gloves that I always love to get. Every single year, I get a new pair of them, and I'm gonna go grab those right now. Got the gloves, made it home, and should shut my door, I guess. I have a few things I have to wrap up before the day ends here, but then I'm gonna attack the garage a little bit further. I do have to go to Minneapolis this week, so I have to prep for that as well, but there's a ton of stuff going on, but I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way. Had a lot of stuff to accomplish tonight, and now it's kind of late. Everybody's in bed, but button up some stuff for the day. Had a couple long phone calls. One of the lingering projects we've had going on is putting together Elliot's crib. We've had the crib. He's been living out of a pack and play, like in our room and his room. We haven't finished his room yet. And one of the things we talked about is, like, if I'm gonna create a studio space, we gotta make sure Elliot's comfortable in his space. So I also put together a crib tonight, which is always fun to do. My hands are all cut up now because of all the metal and everything, but mission accomplished. This backdrop is just so white, like so white. I need to do a little something here. Hang on. There we go. It actually looks terrible and you can't even see the whole thing. Luckily, I'm painting over that. Also, while I was at the coffee shop, I ended up having this really good conversation with a guy named Casey. Not Casey Neistat, but Casey. And it was interesting. It was kind of cool because I was just sitting there getting some work done and everything. I had my camera with the Gorilla Pod and everything on it. And he just casually asked, hey, are you a photographer? And I said, no, actually, I make YouTube videos. He said, what kind? And it just sparked a conversation. And he started telling me about his social anxiety, and it's a fear he's trying to overcome right now. It just sparked a really, really good conversation. So Casey, if you're watching, I really enjoyed our conversation and would love to talk more in the future. In the meantime, good luck with your mission. I think you're out there and you're gonna do the world some good. Today's takeaway, it came to me when I was having this conversation with a colleague of mine. A lot of vlog ideas for me, they come from having conversations with colleagues. This is what it sparked. You have to have a thing outside of the thing. And earlier, I'm not talking about the concept of the thing under the thing. I love that concept and I wouldn't touch that concept because I think it's perfect the way it is. But what I'm saying is the thing outside of the thing. When you have your squad or the people that you hang out with all the time, if you all do the same things, if you all just are constantly together, if you're just completely involved in everything you do all day long with each other, it can create kind of almost like a friendship burnout or a squad burnout where there's nothing unique being brought to the table anymore. Imagine going to dinner after spending all day with the same people and doing this for weeks on end. They know your day. They know your routines, they know all that stuff. They ask you how your day was and you start in, oh, you know what, it was crazy, Joe did this. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, I know, I was there. Or Yeah, we already talked about that. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Our rep group, we have some amazing individuals. And when we get together, we generally talk about work because we're not in an office every single day, so our perspectives are different on that front. But at the same time, you don't want to just sit there and talk about work the whole time. You want to have a unique conversation. You want to learn something new about somebody when you have a conversation. I know Joe likes to cook, so Joe will talk about some great meal he's making over the weekend. For me, it's YouTube or creation or music or whatever. Like, I like talking about this kind of stuff. For Adam, it's more, investments and that kind of stuff. Like, we all have our unique things beyond our main thing. By having all those things around us, when we come together, the conversation is rich and we actually converse. It's not just talking to talk. We actually bring something to the table that's unique. Bottom line, if you have your squad, if you have a tight group of friends that you're always hanging out with, make sure you're all doing individual things too, because otherwise you can experience some burnout and just kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of get sick of each other. If you're doing the same things together all the time, eventually it's like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? But if you all bring something unique to the table, it's amazing the conversations and ideas that can come out of there. That's it for the vlog today. Today's takeaway, find your thing outside of the thing. Bring your individual perspective to the table when you get together with your squad or your team, and it's amazing what it will spark. It's late right now, but I still have a lot to accomplish, so I'm gonna get going, but I will see you tomorrow.